Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and today I'm going to be doing a project share of the traveler's notebooks that I made. I was also able to make a couple of 4x4 notebooks and some 3x4 notebooks with the papers that I showed on my last video. And then I'm going to kind of show you some items that I either got from TJMaxx or I ordered some more items on Temu just to kind of help me out with completing all of this. I didn't have any pens on hand, so I ordered a bunch. And then I actually found some really nice gel pens at TJMaxx for very inexpensive. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this. The first paper pack that I used was from Echo Park and it was called Imagine That. So that is the little information strip right there. I'm just gonna put all this stuff to the side and show you what I was able to make. I was able to make 4 traveler's notebooks, and then I ended up making 2 4x4s, which the covers are really 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, but the insides are all 4x4. So I made 2 little notebooks out of that, and then the 4 traveler's notebooks. And then this is literally all I have left. It is some scraps that I could probably use. And I could even probably use them in these projects if I really wanted to. I had one 4x4 cut apart left. But the vast majority of this is just some strips. Some of it's the zip strips. And really, I don't have too much left. So I'm really excited about the fact that, as far as I'm concerned, I was able to, utilize and smash this kit, which was my goal. And I ended up making 4 of these. I wanted to see how many I could actually make. With the Echo Park paper, some of it, you only get 1 sheet. It's double-sided. Some of it's directional. So you'll see in one of them that I did use a directional paper and it's technically upside down, but these are made for little kids and they're gifts for little kids, so I think they're going to be okay with it. But we'll just go ahead and get started with the first one. This one is more or less a mermaid theme. I did put a bow paper clip on all of them. The only thing I don't like about the paper clip is the hot glue that I used. I'm not even sure where I got the hot glue from. I don't like it. It does not dry clear. It dries white, and it definitely had a lot of strings attached to it. That was probably the only thing I didn't like about this project, is I just need to get new hot glue. And it's possible that it was low temp and I was using my high temp. I mean, it could be user error, absolutely. But on this one, I put some little charms on the side, and these charms are actually just from Michaels. So they have the Creatology brand, which is essentially made for little kids. So I thought this was perfect. Sometimes it can go on sale or you can use a coupon for it, so it makes it pretty inexpensive. But I think retail you get about 4 charms for like $5 or something like that. So it's not too terrible for being retail. I use those same paper clips on there. I ended up getting different colored cord. The cord, I got some of it from Michaels and some of it from Walmart. And the Walmart is actually a much softer cord. This is definitely, this will probably hold up better. The other cord is softer, but I have noticed that it does fray a little bit more. So essentially I made them almost the same as the last time. These ones I did not put inside pockets, but I did include the 3 little mini composition notebooks. And then the folder, which I put some cut aparts in, so these can come in and come out. This directional paper really didn't matter because it was flowers, so when I folded it up, it's fine that they're technically upside down because they're flowers. So that one wasn't as bad. I think the only difference with this one is I put a pocket on this side, which we can just put a little sheet in here. So there's a pocket on this side, so something can fit there. And then I believe I did put some pockets on the back. Yeah, I put an angle pocket on the back, so this could fit something in there as well. And then I just cut out some glitter paper and glued it to a paper clip. And that'll be just the bow paper clip, added a little bit of shine. Now, as for the pens for these, I got this set of glitter pens off of Temu, and you get a whole bunch of them. They're really pretty. It is a chunkier glitter, and it's not covered with any kind of epoxy or anything. I could actually get a pen holder and cover it with epoxy to make it smooth. So it is kind of rough. That's probably the only downside of this one. Like this color would probably look really good, or even the pink would look really good with this one, but it is kind of rough on the side. So then I thought maybe I would use some of these gel pens, which these are the ones that I got from TJMaxx. I think you got 18 of them for like $9.99 or something like that. So a whole bunch of these would look really good too. If we did like the pink or the green would look really cute. Even this like darker green with this, because this is kind of a mermaid theme. And these pens are actually really nice because they are gel. They do come with a bit of goop on the front or on the top, on the tip, that you need to take off before using. It's just to protect the pen. But they do write really nice. So I thought maybe a gel pen would be really nice for the little kids, just because, again, it's kind of rough on the glitter. And then here's the unicorn one. So I put a little unikitty and a bow on there. The bow I had just in my stash. And then this one, I did not do the side pockets, but I did the pockets on all 3 of the notebooks, and then more of a kind of a purple color for the glitter. And then here is the little envelope, or not envelope, folder. And you can see that this directional paper, when I flipped it over, the little bears and the narwhals are kind of upside down. But again, this is for a little kid, so I don't think they're going to mind that much. And then here's that, and I left that. And the reason for these two, I left them, is because I have all these stickers from the collection that, since I cut up the collection, I'm not going to use the stickers. So I cut up all the stickers, and there's even more. They kind of had multiple themes. So they had mermaid, unicorns, and like kind of a dollhouse kind of a theme. So I kind of separated them, and I'm just going to hand them out with these. And then I figured, since this is laminated, they should be able to put them on and like re-stick them. So I will be using that. Simon wanted to show up again. So I thought I'd just give them the stickers, and they can put them anywhere. I mean, they could put them on the inside. This one I did add a folder, and I added a folder to the other one as well, just because I wanted to use up more of those cut apart pieces and put them in there. But same thing, they're going to get a whole bunch of stickers to just, you know, put everywhere. They can decorate the cover if they want to. It's really their little heart's desire. And then this one, I just have two little charms there that came in that pack that I thought the colors matched really nice. So this one, I did add the 2 outside pockets. And then this way you can fit one of those cut aparts, and then just simple decorations on the inside. This one, I did not put a back little tuck spot, but they did come with these inside. So they're all made essentially the same, just a little bit different. And with this one, because I was noticing that everything was, you know, showing upside down, with this one I decided to use the pattern paper on the inside and then this paper for the outside, because really the stars upside down really doesn't matter. And then this one's more that purple again, and this is that more softer cord that I had. It's very soft, but I did notice that when I was putting these little charms on that it was starting to fray, so I'm not sure how long that's going to hold up, but it definitely is softer than the stuff that I bought from Michael's. And just move those out of the way. And then here is the last one. I put 2 cats on there. Just kind of using up the charm pack. I thought they kind of went well together. This is that softer cord that I got from Walmart. And then this one, I did do the inside pockets and it tucked in some of these kind of cut aparts that they could either put stickers on or, you know, a picture or whatever their little hearts desire. And then same thing, the side pockets, but left the back blank just because they got the side pockets. And I was really trying to just use up most of the paper just so I could really, you know, kill the kit kind of a thing. And then this one, same thing, the balloons and the cat and the bear. I wanted to make sure that that was shown. So I used the polka dot as the outside base. And then here's the same one, and then the back little tuck spot. And then this one has pink. So that's those. And then I was able to make, actually I'll stay with the same collection. I was able to make 2 4x4s. So the covers are 4.5 or 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, but the inside is all 4x4. And I decided to make these blank pages instead of lined pages so they could kind of color and draw on them. So the backs are kind of plain, but they're the same. I just use that strip. This one's Be Happy, this one's It's a Perfect Day. They're set up the exact same way. So this one I have a little corner right there, little tuck spot. And then it does have these tabs. So it has 3 tabs. So it's set up the same way as I made the 3x4 essentially. Here's Simon again. But instead of being, you know, 3x4, it's 4x4. And then I did essentially cardstock for them to kind of color and draw on versus the lined paper. And then I put a tag in these. So these are pockets as well. So I put a tag so they could either draw on one side or put stickers on one side or photos. And then these are all just the blank pages. And then all the tags they're the same style, but they're just different pattern paper. And really it was, you know, just using up scraps. So whatever I could find is what I used. And then this back page, little tuck spot. And then here is this one. Same kind of concept. And I like the idea of making them same but different because it's really the same. Essentially I'm following the same pattern of design, but I'm just decorating them different. So here are these 3. And I put a sticker on that one. So this pocket is this. And then the tops is just some ribbon I had from my stash. This is the ribbon, and the glitter paper is from Stampin' Up, and it was last year's In Colors, and it just went really well with this paper pack. It's very bright and vibrant colors that go really well with, you know, like this little girl theme. So I thought that was perfect. That worked out really well, that it all matched. And then here's another little tuck spot. And again, they could put stickers or photos or whatever. And then this, you know, pens will fit in this too. So same thing, a pen could just go right on here. I think I'm going to try to order some shorter pens as well, just because these do kind of stick out a little bit. But either one of the pens would look really cute with this. And then the last 2 items that I made were the 3x4 using the I Am collection. So I didn't do as much with this. I'm going to utilize more of it and make more of these. I had a couple of little girls that I wanted to gift these items to, so I wanted to make sure I got those done first. But these 2 are using that I Am collection by Simple Stories. That older collection, I do still have like pretty much all the ephemera. I haven't used that. And I still have a bunch of the cut aparts. So I'll be able to use them. And these are kind of for like their snap pages. So these are 2x2, 4x4s, 3x4s, 4x6s. And this is pretty much the scraps I have left. I made some tags. I made some blank tags with some other paper as well. But I have tons of these cards left over. And I even just made kind of the bases. It's really just a 4x6 folded in half are the pocket dividers. So depending on if I wanted to use a full 4x6 and fold that in half, or if I wanted to use the 3x4s on top of, you know, one section, then I can just glue that on as well. So that way I can kind of utilize everything. And this is just cardstock. I believe this is think I used the 65-pound cardstock for this. And on inside the kids' little drawing notebooks, I used 110 just because it's a thicker, heavier weight. So these I will definitely make more of, and I think I'm going to make some 4x4s as well, just because that size was kind of fun too, and I have those 4x4 cut aparts, or those 4x4 pages. So here are the two that I made, front and back, and I believe I made them pretty much exactly the same. So when you first open it, you have that little corner piece, and that tucks in there, and then I have this cover, and then it is the lined paper. I thought this turned out really well, that you can make a little list. So it's the lined paper, which is just the cut apart index cards. And then I added a pocket to the pocket. So this is that pocket divider right here. And then I added a little tag out of a tag punch that I had. And I needed to use a more narrow, since when you have the binding right there, I needed to use a more narrow tag than I used on the Traveler's Notebooks. But essentially it's the same thing. It starts with one of these, then it has the lined paper, and then the divider. So this is a tag. On this one, I did not do a pocket just because I didn't want to cut apart or cover the I am loving life part. So if it had a title, I didn't cover it. If it didn't have a title, I did. And then we got this one, and then this tucks right here. And then here's my story. And then the back, there's a little tuck spot here. This is that one. And this time around, I did actually bind it the correct way. So the binding is indeed in the back like it's supposed to. I watched the video again, and I was putting it down wrong the first time around. So lesson learned. And then here's this one. I use that cute anchor, but same kind of thing. So this little tuck spot. And this was super easy to do with the snap. I think they're called snap. I threw away the package, but because it comes with 4x4s, 2x2s, 3x4s. So it's all kind of cut out for you already. You just kind of have to pick and choose what you want. Maybe cut out a little piece for the pockets, but otherwise everything's already cut down to size. And it's the same kind of concept. The sheets. And then this one, grateful, blessed, and so very thankful. And then just another little tag here. And this one, loved and adored by, like, I thought that was a cute list too. So I was mindful of like where the writing was and where I wanted it to show up. So I did end up cutting up the cute little hearts when I cut out the part to bind it, but it still turned out pretty cute. And then this one right here, a little cut apart and a tag. You know, when you use a kit, you know everything coordinates and goes together and the colors all match. And then this one I thought was cute with the little inkwell and the feather. And then this is me. Some more of those feathers. And then simply me. And then here's the back side with a little bitty cut apart. So I thought these were actually super easy to put together with these kind of kits. I used to have a bunch of them, and then I ended up donating them because I never used the Project Life stuff. I do have a few things of Project Life left that I'm going to pull out of my stash. A lot of it I did throw away because I just didn't utilize it. But if you have a bunch of these in your stash, or I think they still make these, Simple Stories still creates them, they're really nice to make these because, again, most of it is already done for you. It kind of takes out the guesswork and the thinking. So that made it a lot easier to do. And I'm going to do a couple more of these. Again, I'm probably going to do a couple 4x4s just because I figured out how to do the binding for those as well. As long as I keep this the same length. So this is the same as my original. So obviously that was easy. I already have that written down. And since this is the same height as the original, it was easy to figure out how to bind it. So as long as I don't lose my records of where to bind it, where to actually cut these out, and then how to bind it, and the numbers I need to line it up, I should be good to go. But this is what I have been up to, and I'm really quite happy with the results. I've made quite a few things, and I know the little girls that my daughter babysits for are going to love the 2 that we give. And then I have 2 more girls, or another girl at church that I'm going to give one to, and I'm sure I can find someone else who's going to love this as well. I have a bunch of friends with little girls, so these are just cute little things that you can keep in your purse, in your diaper bag, in a backpack. They're easy to, you know, throw in, carry, and they're good for little small hands as well. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the project share. Happy crafting, and I will see you all next time.